please go on.
Yeah. you've- Yeah, sorry. You've talked about like COVID and how we have to take the vaccine and this will protect us, and this is very good. But there is two things I have heard about it. I think a week ago or some days ago. First thing is like the vaccine is like not protect everyone 100%. This is the first. I already took the vaccine and I already took my certificate also. And the second thing, there is a new virus. Even here in Azerbaijan, 3 days ago, there were 33 or 31% have the new virus. So you've talked about COVID. What about the new virus in Jordan? Did you know anything or do you have any information about it? Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for your question, actually.
Thank you too.
Actually, I've also read about the vaccine and how it is going to protect us from the new Delta virus or whatever it's called. We have definitely a lot more cases than in Azerbaijan. We have, I think 2 days ago, it was 81 cases of the new virus. It was not in Amman. I think it was in other like cities, Zarqa or something. But yeah, we still have this, and I don't know if it's going to be as huge as COVID or not. But as I have read on medical websites and definitely doctors have talked about it, is that the vaccine is definitely not going to protect you 100%, but it also protects you from the severe symptoms. You might get the COVID, or the new virus, but it won't be as harsh as the actual, virus. So instead of being hospitalized, you will just have a few symptoms and then it will go away in a few days. But definitely the vaccine is very important also to protect yourself from all these expenses and everything, especially during these times. Yeah. And also from the virus, because you don't want to get that, and it will, make the symptoms a bit mild. So you won't have to deal with all the drill.
Yeah, that's very important. And there is another information.
Yeah.
I heard here also in Azerbaijan, they said there is many people, they got like the new virus, and they say, and like the medical staff say, the people that they already finished 6 months with vaccine, like 6 months after vaccine, so they can take the third, how can I say?
Third dose.
Third time.
Yes.
Yeah, third
Yes.
dose they can take. So it's maybe can protect them from the new one. And this is also information.
Yeah.
And some of them, they said like, no one can recognize it. And it's very dangerous and no one can know. They will have, maybe after 1 or 2 weeks, they can have this. They will like recognize that they have. And some of them, they said there is no any vaccine for that. And see how we confused. Like we took the vaccine and now we don't know what to do.
I am just as confused as you are, because there is definitely no clear anything about it. Like we took the vaccines, we are staying safe, but now we have a new virus. Like, how is that even possible? And the second thing is that, okay, we applied for 2 shots and now you're giving me a third shot. Like, for example, I got the Sinopharm and now you're telling me that I get a third shot of Pfizer. Like, how is that even possible? Like, isn't my body like, you're trying the different vaccines on my body. Like, I am not an experiment to try it, So that's also very concerning. But like the whole COVID thing is actually not clear. Like even before and even now, I don't think anyone actually knows what they're doing. Like even the doctors, they're just shuffling, they're like, oh yeah, let's do this and let's see the outcomes. Honestly, at this point, this is what I feel about it. Like, okay, I read medical articles, and like my father is also a doctor and we obviously have a lot of doctors here. But like no one actually knows what they're doing, and everyone is saying things that are contradicting each other. So I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I would like to ask something. You discussed about vaccination. So, I mean, tell us what Jordanian people think about vaccination process. I mean, same like Pakistan, here in our country, people think that there is no corona, there is no coronavirus. Some people also think like this. There are different myths that you will die after 2 years. This vaccine is good, this is not good. So vaccine nationalization also started. So if you are getting Sinopharm, Sinovac, you will be traveling to China. If you are getting Pfizer, you will be traveling to Russia. If you are getting dose of Moderna vaccine, you are going to travel United States. And PakVac is applicable only in Pakistan. So what is the case with respect to the Jordanian people? What I mean, the people think about vaccination, especially the youth. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this question. Actually, it's very important, and thank you for telling me about Pakistani people. Like obviously, as everywhere, there is people who still believe in this. Like they tell you that the whole virus is a conspiracy theory, and we're just a part of the game, and that they're experimenting everything on us because they want to eliminate the people of the world. And I just, I just don't know what to tell these people. But in my country, actually, it's not the youth who think like that. It's more likely the older generations, like people over the age of 40, 50. They mostly think like they believe these conspiracy theories, and they even make like influence on other people and younger generations not to get the vaccine. But gladly, I think the younger generation is more aware of how everything is like escalating, and they're aware of the importance of the vaccine and to protect themselves, because we also miss, our old lives. We want to get back to the normal, before COVID life. So I think because of that, we're kind of motivated to get the vaccines, and we also encourage each other to get it. And also in Jordan, we have special programs by the Ministry of Health that actually promote the vaccine, and you can call them, or they can just, they make sometimes some shows online or offline, where they would encourage people to come, and they would explain all the details about the vaccine and how important it is, the side effects, if there is any or if there is not, what will happen after, what might happen, and how to take care of yourself after that. So yeah, but for the vaccines, there is a platform where we can apply for it, and then we wait for the message. Obviously, there is priorities. Like obviously, there is the older people first, and then comes the people with chronic illnesses, and then comes the youth. So you just apply for it, and then wait. They message you. You go to the vaccination center. You get vaccinated, and then they give you a vaccine after. They give you a vaccine certification after your second shot. But for the third shot, there is still not confirmed news that there is going to be a third shot or not. It's still like in the process of they're thinking about it maybe, but there is nothing confirmed yet. But yeah, as I'm telling you, it's very important actually to fight the conspiracy theories, and also it's like we're fighting pandemic, and we're also fighting, these rumors and all these, things that are crazy.
Thank you very much.
All right, Samia, what do you say about the perception by the young people, the college-going, university-going people, the students basically, how they are responding to this, vaccine scenario? First of all, are they accepting the virus itself or not? Like you have just told about the perception, the miscommunications among elder people. So how the younger people are perceiving it? And secondly, what is their tone towards the vaccination drives? So would you please briefly explain this as well?
Yeah, that's an awesome question as well. As I'm telling you, like the younger generations are aware of the virus, and they're aware how sometimes deadly it can be, because we don't want anyone of our close families, friends, loved ones to die because of the virus. So the younger generations are actually, I have witnessed it myself. Like I know some of my friends who are even like my age or even younger than me. They are trying to convince their families, their older generations, even their grandmas, to get the vaccine, because they are aware of how important it is, and they are aware that this is not just a game. This is a deadly virus. This is a pandemic. We all have to fight for it, and we have to finish it the best way possible, as quick as possible. So even me myself, like my grandma was anti-vax, and she was like, I am not getting that vaccine over my dead body. Like no one. We like tried to convince her, myself and my brother and my other cousins. We tried to convince her for 2 months to apply for the vaccine, because she's old. She's 80 years old. We tried to convince her like she has to get it, and she finally got it. And she's like, oh yeah, thanks God, I'm fine. She was very worried that she's gonna die after the vaccine, or whatever is gonna happen. So we had to explain to her from the scientific side as well as we had to use the reverse psychology sometimes. So yeah, I think the younger generation is definitely, in Jordan at least, they are definitely more aware of the entire process of the how dangerous the virus can be and how important it is to sign for the vaccine. And also in our streets, we have these banners with the website of the vaccine, like it's called vaccine.jo. You just apply for there on your national ID, and then just
Okay, that's good, Samia. We have a last question from
please.
Asma.
Yeah,
Asma,
yeah.
please go ahead, unmute yourself and ask your question. Asma, can you hear me? Okay, if anybody else has a question, please go ahead. As we are running out of time, you can ask your question from our speaker. Yeah, I think everything is quite understood by everybody. So let's just assume this. Musawir, would you please want to have some concluding remarks?
Asma just said she doesn't have any questions.
Yeah, I think everything is much clear. So Samia Khamis has explained everything about vaccination and myths and what people of Jordan think about vaccine. So thank you very much, Samia, for joining us and telling us about the perspective of people of Jordan, especially youth. So thank you very much. And thanks to Ehsan Khan for moderating today's session. I'm grateful to both of you.
Thank you, Musawar, and thank you, Ehsan, and thank you everyone for joining us. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, everybody. Okay, take care, everybody. We'll soon be meeting next week.
Thank you too.